Hello, YouTube. ZiggyNo back, and we're talking sports cards. It is June 20th. And I know it's a little later than normal in the day, but we're dropping a great video. Got a lot of great content from the weekend, and I had a very busy and wonderful Father's Day weekend. So to everybody out there who's a father, I hope you had a wonderful Father's Day weekend. For everyone who's a child, I hope you were able to share that with your father or have a wonderful memory with them. We got some great content. Guys, I want to point out that Hobby Palooza is less than 5 days away. I'm gonna do a countdown. I talk about it every day coming up to it because I'm a huge fan of Hobby Palooza. The whole concept, the idea, pulling into the community, people sharing. I'm looking for people to join me on Sunday at 5 p.m. I'm gonna go live, looking at live with a few guests. So if you're interested, and a few of you have already got in mind, I'd like to have you join me if you can. I'm gonna try to get a link. It's gonna be on the Bench Clear channel. So I'm gonna do kind of a hobby chat and live with people. And I'll even take anybody, kind of a hobby hotline like, but I'll just be with Ziggy type of thing. Again, hope you guys enjoy that. Let's go ahead and get into saw a lot of great Father's Day videos. This was probably my favorite. Just picked it out of the group that I liked, and it was Silver Jackify opening cards with his father. And it's just, I like the fact they were talking about the players. They hit some good rookies. It just was, it was pure. It was rich. I liked it. I enjoyed it. So I recommend it. If you haven't already, great, feel good story. Another great video. I really enjoyed this one. Victor, the rookie card, talking about the Mark McGwire rookie card, the 85 tops versus the 87 tops. They talked about the Donruss and the Clear. Really great conversation. Really just enjoy the video. Enjoy the little memory lane. He gives you great history of McGwire and the 85 card and the whole subset and everything. So I do recommend this video. I also recommend his channel. And if you haven't already, check out his website. I think he gives information about his website on his channel. I don't want to get it wrong, but he has the best website on rookie card information. I do highly recommend and suggest it. Tell all these guys that Ziggy sent you if you go by. Okay, gonna hit on 2 weekly updates. Not gonna spend too much time on them, but I did think it's interesting perspectives. This is from Neo. Neo, again, I look at him as very much investor-like, very investor-driven. He talks about the Midway, which is a big show. I'll talk more about that probably tomorrow. And again, he also talks about cards, right? It just really good insights on the industry. He talks to dealers where he is. I thought it was interesting. He talks about the fact he does consider himself to be an influencer, which I thought was candid, honest. I don't know, maybe a little arrogant, but fair. He talks about a card that he influenced. And I'll talk about that in a moment because I will appreciate at least Neo's honesty. Say, hey, I know I've moved the card before I made a comment. This is what happened. Hey, I appreciate that, man. At least you're being honest about that. I'll get to that in a moment. Next up is Dan the Card Man. He does a weekly update, different perspective. And Dan's going to hit on 2 things that you might have picked up if you're talking or watch Sports Card Radio. Big fan of Sports Card Radio. I'm not going to be talking about them today directly. But this does hit on the Mark's Cards scandal that's going on there, where apparently he had a bunch of money out. And I don't know, it's a big debacle about Mark's Cards that more information is coming out. And then talks about Fanatics' new CEO and junk cards. What I will just mention, if you watch, again, Neo, and you watch Dan the Card Man, in my opinion, feels more collector, a little frustrated, angry, maybe. And I feel, optimism, although I like what Neo says. He's not going to tell you it's rainbows and unicorns and kittens running over rainbow bridges was my favorite line. Okay, next video up. I saw this again. This is brought to attention by Sports Card Radio. I liked Extreme Breaks, did a little more detailed dive into this. Breaker breaks a card, makes some claim it's the house card. Look, all I got to say, guys, don't blame the breakers for all the problems. There are just too many bad breakers, okay? It's kind of like when back in the day, they made a lot of moonshine. People were making moonshine. Too many people were making people go blind because they were selling them bad moonshine. There's too many people doing bad breaking. Making moonshine's good if you make good moonshine, okay? You breaking cards is good if you break cards, do as a friend. But when you start trying to profit off it and you're willing to cut corners like calling out, this is a house card, this is such a blatant issue of just greed and selfishness in the hobby. Anyway, I did enjoy it. Check out Extreme Cards. But you understand moonshine, man. Okay, good video here, good video. This is actually from Friday, I believe, or Saturday. Teapot talking about the market. And look, here's the things I make comment. I liked what he said. I'd like to talk to him. I actually said, hey, I'd love to have you on my channel. I don't know if that'll ever happen. Maybe I should make that serious, start inviting people on to interview some of these real people who are like influencers who think they know what's going on. I should invite them on to my, I don't know. Anyway, Teapot, the one thing I take in consideration is you're looking at stuff from 2019 and you're not taking consideration. You should look back, I think, from 2010 and come forward. And what I mean by that, he talks about the boom of 2019. Things were steadily growing up. 2019 was an anomalous year. It was driven up by Zion. Everybody in sports cards knew that. Like the Luka Trey year was actually a down year. The year before that was Ball and Tatum, all these guys. And I'm just saying that because basketball and rookie class really drive the sport, the hobby. So I don't think that, again, I don't think the perspective from many people still is a very small perspective. They still only see the hobby in the last 7 years. They don't see the hobby for the last 15, 20 years, 30 years, right? Like this is the first time they're seeing a down market. And again, most people could have seen that coming. Okay, I don't mean that, not most, many did. Many would experience it, experience. Okay, another video here. I don't like to talk about these guys a lot. I will just say this, someone made a comment that I'm negative on them. Look, all I know is my negativity on these guys has made many people research what I talk about, look in and come back and say, Ziggy, you're right about them. So if you watching me and go, Ziggy's too negative on Chris and Josh, research Chris and Josh, and you will realize that I'm right about them. My favorite comments that I pull out of this, at 29 minutes into this, I'm not going to tee it up. Chris makes a comment. They're talking about, they're really downplaying Curry because they're big LeBron James fans, right? They play in how important the MVP is. The MVP of the finals is the most important place, most important thing, so important in your career, blah, 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 blah. What's his name? What's the dude who won from the Golden State? I can't remember his name, but it wasn't Curry and it wasn't Katie, but he won an MVP. You're telling me he's the best player in the NBA that year? No, being the MVP on a championship team can be a lot of different things. It doesn't define your card value, at least not in my opinion. But they point out the only people who've won MVP and the championship are LeBron and Michael Jordan. Yeah, but LeBron failed 6 times in the finals, right? He has 4 championships and 4 MVPs, but they pretty much gave it to him because he had to carry the team. Anyway, I'm going off a tangent. I just think it's funny. Chris makes a comment that sports cards had a bigger impact on the 3-pointer than I think Curry or something like that at 29 minutes. Go listen to it. It just makes me go, huh? Another comment that they make around about a minute and 20, an hour and 20 into this video, they make a comment about they are not influencers. No, they are not. They are content creators. They do not influence anybody, which makes me want to puke because these two are the most they influence. Okay, they influence. They use people to influence. Ask some of their Guard Ladder affiliates. Ask Lamine James. Ask. Well, I'll stop it there. But again, do some research. It bothers me that these guys would hide and say they're not influencers. I know I'm an influencer, not a big influencer, but I have an influence. If I influence one person to think a little differently, that's an influencer. Okay, that's why I have a channel. I want to have influence. I want you to think. I want you to challenge me. I want you to ask questions. I don't want to block you. That's unlike anything Chris is, right? He is all about influence. He wants influence. He doesn't want feedback. He doesn't want criticism. He's not going to debate. Josh too. Sad. Keep researching. Okay, good content here. Hobby Hotline. Here's what I took away from this. A lot of conversation about good current events, their factors, too many overprinting, Fanatic CEO. But here's what I caught. Suze from Golden Auction is leaving and going somewhere new. Suze, if you follow her, she was at Tops, and then she went somewhere else, and then she went to Golden Auction. Now she's apparently going somewhere else. I'm excited to hear that. I'm a huge fan of Suze. I like Suze. I like her content. I'm a fan. I am not a fan of Golden. And it kind of makes me feel awkward. Like, I like her, but I don't like Golden. I'm really glad you're moving on. I hope you're moving on to something better outside, but we'll see. I don't know. Emily apparently is leaving Tops. This is all being dropped by Drew. I didn't know that. Not surprised. It's going to be interesting. I wonder what will happen there. They also talk a lot about Fanatics and licensing and what will happen and stuff. Lots of great speculation, good conversation. Do recommend checking out. Next up, love this video here. Okay, the hype, Mojo Breaks. Let me also make a comment. I heard somebody make a claim that they were the longest running content show. I'm going to give Mojo Breaks the record for this. Oh, I know. I say David Adams is apparently coming out with a show as well. They're launching a new show, but I have to say Mojo Breaks is probably the longest going content show. They used to do it on their breaking channel. They do every week. They do kind of a hobby update. Mojo Breaks has been an OG with the longest running content show. Tell me if I'm wrong. In this video, you listen to them talk about the Logo Man. They pulled the Mac Jones 101 shield. I love listening to them talk about it. They speculate on what it's worth, what would they do with it, how will it sell? Are there better hits in the card? Somebody makes a comment, well, it's only Mac Jones. Lawrence is still out there, and this is still out there. And I think it's interesting. At this point, Mac Jones is considered the top quarterback. But what happens 6 months from now? We know the rookie class will shuffle around. Will Mac Jones still be the top in that rookie class, or will it be Lawrence, or will it be Trey, or will say there's so many players that will move. So that's what's cool about this. I love listening to this because they pulled it. Listening to a Dan joke about how hard it is to pull this. I mean, let's be honest, dude. It just happens to be luck. You're in the right place at the right time. And breakers have the most opportunity to pull big cards because they're opening more product. It's not skill, dude. It's called you're there the most. Okay, really enjoyed the video. Moving on. Sports card investor. Again, don't make this video too long. Big fan of Andy over here. Really good video. He talks about current events and he ends on the Star Wars pump, which had me thinking, gosh, I forgot to left the video out here. There was a guy who did a great Star Wars video. I think it was Kevin Bush. I'll have to look that up, guys. I forget. Forgive me for not putting this video. But there is some great Star Wars. I think people are pulling out their Star Wars stuff. Real quick note, I watched the Obi-Wan series. I think it sucks. I think it's absolute trash. I'm disappointed in Star Wars that they're apparently pimping out the wonderful legacy that was Star Wars to like any horribly written screenplays. Okay, moving on. Check out Andy's video. I do like what he's talking about, the pump and dump at the end with Star Wars. Very clever. Did you guys see that Aaron Rodgers has his own show now? Isn't that Aaron Rodgers right there? Dude, for a minute, I thought that was Aaron Rodgers. I really did. I was like, is that Aaron Rodgers? No, it's not. It's Sacha T. And he probably did this a while back. I just catching up on it. I enjoyed this. He spun this as live questions, and maybe he did do it live, but he was apparently cherry picking questions. I did enjoy listening to it, especially because where he's been in the hobby, the criticism he's taken. I think he's done a great job. He's got 20,000 subscribers, 2,000 views. That's a lot of views. He's still very influential. He's got a sponsor. I think he's made a lot with this. But again, I did like listening to his insight on what he's doing, how he's navigating the market. I don't agree with him. I don't on his buying this and selling that and what do you do with that. But it was interesting. I'm going to say that. I was interested, and I look forward to seeing Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Sacha T again. Okay, last video I'm going to talk about. Look, guys, Hobbypalooza is coming up on Friday. Kicks off with Ty and Mike. I want to mention that they're doing a charity benefit where you have to submit a $5 donation and you get a raffle ticket into drawing on Monday for some really cool hobby boxes from Panini. I mean, some really cool stuff, really worth it. In fact, I might have to get some spots. Okay, I can't afford a hobby box. Maybe I can win one. But I want to do an extra promotion. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do, but I really hope whether you're on my channel or someone else's channel, come during I mean, not my channel. It's gonna all be on Bench Clear. Come to Bench Clear during Hobbypalooza and make some nice donations because this money is going to some soldiers. I think it's signature for soldiers. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, but it's going to charity. And I wish I saw more of that. I see so many people that I feel like, that put their selfish greeds in front of other people, right? If you can just make a little effort and do donations and give back to the community, really put your money where your mouth is, right? Give to kids. And I don't mean repacking products only, which is still nice when you give them away, that's fine. And I support those things. I support repacking products to kids. But when you can do charity events that help charities, when you can help people's lives, that's special about this hobby. I can really commend that. So big fan of what Hobbypalooza is going to be doing this week. I'm going to talk about it every day this week. And like I said, I hope to see you guys there all weekend long. Next weekend, I know I got a lot of things going on. I won't be here all weekend, but I will be there for my 5 o'clock slot on Sunday. And I hope many of you will join me. Guys, have a great day. Thank you very much. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and enjoy the hobby.